Imagine you're at a packed party. The lights are dim, music thumping, and the air is filled with laughter and chatter. You spot her across the room, the girl every guy is staring at. She's the kind who seems out of your league but somehow approachable, just this once. Your heart races as you muster the courage to walk over. You throw out your best line, a joke you've rehearsed 1,000 times in the mirror. She laughs, and for a moment you're golden. But then you slip, showing a hint of awkwardness, a momentary loss of confidence. Her smile fades, and the interest shifts. Chad, with his easy smile and towering frame, sweeps in effortlessly. She turns her full attention to him, leaving you invisible. What if I told you that this is more than just bad luck? What if there's a hidden truth about what women want and why you feel powerless in moments like these? Here's what most guys don't understand. It's deeper than looks or status. It's about the underlying psychological dance. Women, driven by hypergamy, instinctively seek the highest value male they can get. Since caveman days, this meant finding a partner who could provide, protect, and raise their status. Today it translates into seeking a guy with a strong frame, someone who's an alpha in the truest sense, not just a Chad with good looks. It's about the man who holds his own space, passes the shit test without flinching, and projects unshakable confidence. Your SMV, or sexual market value, isn't just about being a beta or an alpha. It's about adapting, understanding the signals, and responding with strength rather than insecurity. For millions of years, women depended on men for survival, and the traits that made a man desirable then still resonate today. It's not superficial, it's evolutionary. While society has evolved, these primal instincts linger, dictating attraction in ways most aren't even aware of. Women are hardwired to test a man's worth through subtle challenges. How you react determines your place in her eyes. Fail to maintain your cool, and the frame instantly shifts, leaving you on the back foot while the alpha takes the lead. In those moments at the party, it wasn't just about Chad swooping in. It was about him passing those ancient tests without even trying, maintaining a frame that was unshakable, engaging her instincts without conscious effort. This is the harsh reality of the mating game, challenging but simple once you see it. So, next time you're out, remember, it's not just about handling rejection or looking the part. It's about mastering the game that's been playing for millennia and learning to navigate the subtle cues and signals that guide attraction. Understanding these truths can be the key to transforming how you approach women and change your interactions forever. She left you on red for 3 hours, and you're already crafting your next message. Most guys panic at this silence, flooding her inbox with double texts and desperate attempts to regain attention. But high-value men know the game is in the wait. While you're overanalyzing every word, Chad simply waits like a predator. He's patient, understanding that her biology is screaming for the thrill of pursuit, not the needy reassurance. This leads us to the psychology behind response times. Women assess your value based on how you manage your impulses. If you can resist chasing, you demonstrate control and abundance, traits that subtly communicate you're not easily rattled. You've got options and self-respect, unlike the beta whose insecurity practically seeps through his phone screen. Another crucial dynamic to master is the art of handling shit tests. These are seemingly trivial comments or challenges that carry the weight of ancient survival instincts. When she throws a "you probably say that to all girls, your way," most guys fumble, caught off guard. They either deny too fervently or buckle under pressure, revealing themselves as unsure and compliant. However, the alpha laughs it off with a smirk, responding, "Only the one's worth it." It's about maintaining your frame, showing confidence and a playful indifference. When she quips with, "I bet you can't handle me," the insecure guy stutters, trying to prove himself. Meanwhile, Chad already knows his worth. He leans in, grinning, "Try me." The difference is clear. A failed beta response reeks of desperation and validation seeking, while successful alpha responses project certainty and intrigue. This understanding of cues brings us to hypergamy in action, where the 80-20 rule reigns supreme. Women seek the top 20% of men, leaving the rest scrambling for scraps. Her instinctual drive for the best partner manifests in what's known as branch swinging, never fully letting go of one guy without a secure hold on the next. It explains why she's surrounded by orbiters. They're her safety net when the primary option fails. While you're crafting love letters, she's assessing potential mates, making calculated choices on who elevates her status. The high-value man stands firm, aware of this dance, navigating it with nonchalance. knowing his worth without begging for attention. You're dethroned while Chad confidently surveys his options, unaffected and self-assured. This leads us to the modern battlefield of social media games, where Instagram becomes a theatrical stage of validation. Why does she post thirst traps? Simple. It's an endless cycle of seeking approval and ensuring her desirability stays at peak interest. While you're busy liking every one of her posts, the alert that you've slid into her DMs goes unnoticed, buried under the messages of competition. Chad, conversely, doesn't engage in the same way. He's not the backup guy in her DMs, he's the one she hopes to attract with her curated selfies. While most guys are trapped in the role of digital validation machines, liking and commenting in a bid to stay relevant, high-value men don't play that game. They're not just another name in her notifications, they're the challenging enigma she's trying to win over. Stop being a fucking pussy about this. Most guys fall into the trap of being nothing but walking ATMs or emotional sponges. They fail to realise that while they're wrapped up in voicing feelings on a Tuesday at 3 p.m, she's strategizing, mixing her emotions with evolutionary instincts to test, reject, and select. Unraveling this dance of biology and behaviour can change the trajectory of your interactions. Recognise the game and accept it as it is, a relentless test of value. She's riding the cock carousel while you're writing poetry, and only when you embrace these truths do you begin to see the reality behind every interaction. The difference between being the invisible guy at the party and the one holding her attention is stark, but it hinges entirely on understanding these dynamics and choosing to act from a place of worth and resilience, rather than insecurity and desperation. In the world of dating dynamics, the niceguytrap is a pit so many stumble into, unaware they're sealing their foregone fate of indefinite friendzoning. Being Mr. Nice Guy might sound commendable, but in reality it's a guarantee of failure. This narrative that women want gentle and attentive listeners is a facade that leaves you pushing daisies in the cemetery of discarded romantics. Women aren't attracted to you. They're attracted to the comfort and security you provide. You're not the hero in her story. You're the backup guitarist who never gets the spotlight. Why? Because while you're out there bending over backwards to be seen as a gentleman, she's cataloguing you under resources, seeing you more as an ATM with feelings than as a potential partner. Each $200 dinner, and every time you spring for her $500 weekend getaway, does nothing but cement your role as the support cast in her life drama while someone else enjoys the lead. Traditional advice heralded by society is just as misleading and disastrous. The tired mantra of "just be yourself" resonates like nails on a chalkboard. The brutal truth is, simply being yourself only works if you're already riding high on the attractiveness hierarchy. Otherwise, it acts like a broken GPS, leading you to nowhere but lonely nights of introspection. Then there's the idiom "communication is key," smugly repeated ad infinitum by those who somehow conflate constant expressing of feelings with actual connection. In reality, constant communication is a wet blanket on the fiery allure of mystery and intrigue. The spark of attraction suffocates under the weight of incessant honest expressions. And let's not forget, happy wife, happy life, a phrase that echoes with desperation and reeks of submission. It's a covert beta doctrine disguised as wisdom, advocating for bending to every whim rather than establishing respect through mutual value recognition. Translation: it's a call to sacrifice your aspirations at the altar of appeasement. Now, onto the epidemic of our times, the crippling plague known as simping. This phenomenon thrives in today's landscape of OnlyFans and Instagram models who monetize male loneliness at an alarming rate. Men, disillusioned by real-world rejections, retreat to the virtual embrace of $50 per month OnlyFans subscriptions, living vicariously through the smoke and mirrors of curated intimacy. You're simping away your hard-earned money while Chad is piping her down for free. Society rewards this with smiling nods because it props up an economy, but biology punishes it by perpetuating a cycle of emasculation. When you reduce yourself to validating likes and unwarranted attentions to online personas, you're not just giving away your power, you're auctioning off your masculinity for pennies on the dollar. You stop being a contender in the gene pool, morphing instead into a content consumer, an emotional tampon for those capitalizing on your misplaced affection. There's a deliberate design in this, a societal influence intent on keeping men docile, compliant. You're subtly coerced into being okay with throwing money into a void for a flicker of acknowledgement, all while the real winners manipulate the game with expertise. You, sir, are being played for a sucker. These $50 subscriptions and $500 weekend whims won't buy you love. They only buy temporary visibility in a world that never regards you as anything more than a dollar sign. Wake the fuck up. You're entangled in this game not because you're unworthy, but because you've been conspired against by a paradigm that thrives on your weaknesses. Before you know it, you're reduced to flipping through your phone, shackled by the chains of screens and simping, while the world keeps spinning around a narrative where you never star. This isn't a condemnation, it's a call to action. Recognize the forces at play, accept the ugly truths, and decide to step away from being the unsuspecting cog in the machinery of modern dating dynamics. Break free from the nice guy blueprint, question the conventional wisdom, and sever the strings of societal manipulation. Only by subscribing to your own path, one of genuine self-worth and resilient masculinity, can you hope to reclaim your place in a world eager to define you by mediocrity. The brutal reality that women will never admit is tied succinctly to the concept of alpha fucks, beta bucks. This dual mating strategy is deeply ingrained and operates on two levels: physical attraction and resource provisioning. Women are naturally drawn to the alluring pull of the alpha male, the confident, charismatic individual who exudes raw energy and sexual prowess. Her biology doesn't care about your feelings. It's fundamentally wired to pursue the alpha who can provide strong genetic material for potential offspring. Yet, as much as she craves the thrill, stability is also paramount as she looks beyond the heady rush of attraction. This is where the beta male enters the equation, often characterized as the provider. His role is seen in terms of security and resources, the proverbial safe harbor in life's storm. Her journey through life may lead her to vocalize a desire for commitment, but when the opportunity for alpha experiences materializes, reason often takes a backseat. The predictable allure of the selfish, unavailable man often overshadows steadfast promises. It's the proverbial grass is always greener phenomenon, accented by the thrilling haze of unattainability. Unlike conscious betrayal, this is a case of her instincts overshadowing her stated intentions. Even when faced with the wall, that pivotal point in life when youth begins its slow, inevitable fade, women are still buoyed by a lifetime of ingrained perspectives. The wall, however, changes everything. It forces re-evaluation of strategies as the societal value of a woman's youth and beauty diminishes. The alpha fucks/beta bucks balance shifts, giving priority to security and support. Often, what's left is the realization of she's not yours, it's just your turn. It's the manifestation of the ultimate truth. People come and go, and you must prepare for the expiration of your own romantic tenure. Recognizing these dynamics opens the door to building genuine confidence, not the superficial bravado of a fake alpha, but an intrinsic assurance rooted in self-awareness and authenticity. Instead of dictating ideals, focus on outcome independence, a mindset that liberates you from the constant cage of validation seeking. The key is acknowledging that while the game is rigged, you can still win by playing according to your rules. A critical component is adopting an abundance mentality. This is not about amassing a harem of potential partners, but cultivating a mindset where every interaction is a choice rather than a necessity. Look around. A world of opportunity exists, unrestricted by scarcity. Take practical steps. Invest in personal growth, learn new skills, and engage in ventures that expand your horizons. You'll soon find that your value isn't determined by others' acceptance, it emanates from within. Setting boundaries is another crucial element on the path to masculine power. Boundaries act as the compass to guide interactions and maintain respect in relationships. They aren't built on arbitrary rules, but developed through understanding your own needs and communicating them effectively. Say no without guilt and prioritize your time and energy. It's about fostering environments where mutual respect thrives. A woman may push against these boundaries, consciously or subconsciously testing your integrity. Stand firm, and you'll command respect by being unwavering in resolve. Shifting focus from women to purpose transforms the paradigm entirely, placing work, growth, and self-fulfillment at the forefront. Pursue ambitions with singular zeal, allowing this drive to naturally cultivate desirability as a byproduct. By honing in on your mission, whatever form it may take, you transcend the trivial chase for external affirmation. Think of a man deeply engrossed in a passion. His energy becomes magnetic, drawing others to him effortlessly. Consider mindset shifts that eschew traditional metrics of male attractiveness. First, acceptance that AWALT, all women are like that, redirects focus from frustration to understanding. Such awareness fosters a realistic foundation for relationships, rooted not in cynicism, but in comprehension of shared human truths. Second, embrace that she's not evil, she's programmed this way. It's not an indictment, but rather an acknowledgement of the biological dictates that govern many behaviours. Finally, internalize the concept that pursuing your dreams and honing your talents elevates you naturally above societal norms, crafting an aura of unshakable masculinity. In a world where whispers of inadequacy echo in every corner, strive for a broader perspective. Power isn't a scarce resource confined to society's elite, but a reclaimable state of being accessible to those willing to break free from the constraints of limiting beliefs. Redefine your path by transcending petty pursuits and aligning with ambitions that ignite your core being. A man anchored in purpose exudes authority without declaring it, resonates with confidence without performing it. This journey isn't without its challenges. However, it is ultimately rewarding, forging a life directed not by the whims of fleeting infatuations, but by the strength of self-assurance and a purpose-driven existence. Through the steam of trial and transformation emerges a power authentic, enduring, and profoundly liberating. One that attracts authentically and stands resolutely in the face of life's many tests. The choice is yours. Continue down the beta path. Keep simping, keep getting played, keep wondering why she chose him over you. Or take the alpha path, take the red pill, see reality. Become the man who creates options, not waits for them. Understand that women are guided by instincts that draw them toward the thrill of the alpha and the security of the beta. Your journey is about recognizing these dynamics and transcending them to master your own fate. The alpha fucks beta bucks paradigm isn't a condemnation, it's an invitation to woke awareness. Escaping this cycle starts by building genuine confidence, not through showy bravado, but by cultivating a mindset of outcome independence. An abundant mentality sees the world as your oyster, not because you aim to collect partners, but because you choose from a place of strength and self-worth. It's about navigating life with clear boundaries, ensuring respect is mutual and steadfastly maintained. Shift your focus from chasing validation to pursuing purpose. Your ambitions, passions, and relentless pursuit of growth become the magnetic forces drawing the right people into your orbit. It's a restoration of masculine power that neither demands attention nor requires affirmation. Embrace the truth. A Walt, all women are like that. And she's not evil, she's programmed this way. These insights aren't about disdain, but understanding shared human behaviours, setting a foundation for realistic relationships. This isn't about hating women, it's about understanding them. Personal responsibility means taking control of your life, not blaming others. Transcend societal norms by aligning with your core ambitions, crafting a life where you lead, not follow. The journey is challenging but liberating, commanding respect through unshakable resolve and self-awareness. Forge a life led not by fleeting whims but by enduring self-assurance and a purpose-driven spirit. The red pill is bitter, but the truth will set you free. Stop being the guy she settles for. Become the guy she chases. Wake up or stay asleep. But now you know.